In today's world, we're often taught to be kind, to put others' needs ahead of our own, and to give selflessly. But here's the uncomfortable truth no one tells you. Being overly kind can actually backfire. The world doesn't always repay us in kind, and sometimes giving too much can leave us drained, financially, emotionally, and even physically. Can being too nice actually put your well-being at risk? You might be surprised by the negative consequences of excessive kindness. In today's video, we'll explore 8 potential downsides to being too nice, followed by 4 effective strategies to protect yourself from being taken advantage of. Let's jump right into the first issue. Number 1. You'll set yourself up for disappointment. The ancient Stoics believed that true happiness comes from accepting things as they are, not from relying on others to fulfill our expectations. While it's noble to give without expecting anything in return, human nature makes it difficult to be entirely selfless. When you constantly give, you subconsciously expect that others will do the same. But in reality, people become accustomed to your generosity, often taking it for granted. Over time, this can lead to feelings of exhaustion, frustration, and disappointment. But here's the thing. People aren't necessarily letting you down. They're simply focused on their own priorities, just as you should be. Number 2. People will expect more and more from you. We've all heard the phrase, people are creatures of habit. This couldn't be more true when it comes to kindness. The more you give, the more others will expect from you. You'll unknowingly train people to rely on you, creating a dynamic where they no longer feel the need to manage their own responsibilities. If you don't set boundaries, you'll be seen as someone who always says yes, even at the cost of your own well-being. And don't expect others to tell you when you're overextending yourself. After all, why would they? When your generosity makes their lives easier. Number 4, people may see you as weak. If you're always the one stepping in to help, others may start to view you as a pushover. In fact, being overly accommodating can make you seem weak in their eyes. The Stoics taught that strength comes from self-discipline and setting boundaries. By always saying yes, you could actually lose the respect of those around you who begin to exploit your kindness for their own gain. Ironically, the moment you start saying no, you'll likely notice a shift. People will begin to respect you more. Number 5, you'll attract users into your life. Another unfortunate downside of being too kind is that you'll inevitably attract people who only want to be around when they need something. Stoicism teaches the importance of discernment and choosing who to help wisely. These fair-weather friends may seem genuine at first, but over time it becomes clear that their interest in you is purely transactional. Once they've gotten what they need, they're gone. It's vital to learn how to recognize these types of people and protect your energy from being drained by their constant demands. Number 6, you'll give more than you receive. When your kindness becomes a habit, you'll start attracting people who take and rarely give back. This happens because, over time, your energy diminishes and you begin to operate at a lower frequency. People with negative energy or those looking for easy benefits will sense this and gravitate toward you. Instead of surrounding yourself with supportive, like-minded individuals, you'll end up with takers who have little interest in your well-being. Number 7, you may develop unhealthy coping mechanisms. The Stoics believed in the importance of moderation and self-control. If you're constantly giving without taking care of yourself, you may start developing unhealthy habits to cope. Whether it's overindulging in food, alcohol, or other vices, you may find yourself using these outlets to deal with the stress and resentment that builds up from overextending yourself. Pay attention to your behavior and the feedback from those who care about you. It could be a sign that something needs to change. Number 8, people will become suspicious of your motives. Sadly, in a world where true kindness is rare, people often question the intentions of those who are overly generous. Instead of appreciating your efforts, they may wonder if you have ulterior motives. It's an unfortunate reality, but many people have been burned by fake generosity and have learned to be cautious of those who offer too much help. So when you're overly nice, don't be surprised if people are skeptical of your intentions. Now that we've covered the potential dangers of being too nice, Let's discuss 4 practical strategies to help you maintain your boundaries and avoid being taken advantage of. 1. Pay attention to how you feel. Your emotions are powerful indicators of whether you're giving too much. Stoic philosophy emphasizes self-awareness. If helping others leaves you feeling depleted, resentful, or overwhelmed, it's a sign that you need to reevaluate your actions. Make time to reflect on how your generosity is affecting your mental health and adjust accordingly. 2. Don't be afraid to say no. The word no can feel uncomfortable, but it's crucial for maintaining your well-being. The Stoics believed that self-control was key to a balanced life, and that includes knowing when to refuse requests that are too demanding. Practice saying no in situations where you feel overextended. Doing so will help you regain control over your time and energy. 3. Prioritize time for yourself. It's essential to carve out time that is solely for you. Whether it's an hour a day or one afternoon a week, commit to activities that nourish your soul, be it exercise, reading, or simply relaxing. Make this time non-negotiable, and don't feel guilty about turning down requests that infringe on it. By prioritizing self-care, you'll be in a better position to help others when you truly want to, not out of obligation. 4. Distance yourself from energy vampires. Stoicism encourages us to choose our relationships wisely. If you identify people in your life who consistently drain your energy without giving anything in return, it's time to create some distance. You can't help everyone, and it's not your responsibility to fix others, especially if their problems are self-inflicted. Focus on nurturing relationships that are mutually supportive. In conclusion, Stoic philosophy reminds us that balance is key to living a fulfilled life. Kindness is a virtue, but when taken to the extreme, it can leave you feeling used and unappreciated. By setting clear boundaries, prioritizing your own needs, and practicing self-discipline, you can give generously without losing yourself in the process. Remember, saying no doesn't make you unkind. It simply ensures that your kindness is sustainable. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights on Stoic wisdom and personal growth, and be sure to check out our ebook on applying Stoicism in everyday life.